Imagine this. You're in your golden years, with a lifetime of wisdom and experience, yet you find yourself being advised to stay home rather than visit friends and family frequently. Have you ever wondered why? Why do people say that in old age, one should not go visiting around? Is it just an outdated belief, or is there some real wisdom behind it? Today, let's explore the reasons behind this saying and why it holds significance in many cultures. Aging brings a wealth of wisdom and life experiences, but it also brings undeniable changes to the body. The energy and resilience once taken for granted begin to fade, making everyday activities more physically demanding. Frequent travel, even short distances, can become an exhausting task rather than an enjoyable experience. What may seem like a simple visit to a friend or family member can leave an elderly person feeling drained for days, affecting their overall health and well-being. Joint pain, arthritis, and weakened muscles make mobility a challenge, and constant movement only worsens these conditions. Unlike younger individuals who can recover quickly from fatigue, seniors often take much longer to regain their energy, and overexertion can lead to prolonged discomfort. Another major concern is the immune system. As people age, their body's ability to fight infections declines. Going from one household to another, interacting with different people, and being exposed to varying environments increases the risk of catching illnesses. A mild flu for a young person could turn into a severe infection for an elderly individual, sometimes leading to complications that require hospitalization. During flu seasons or in times of widespread infections, unnecessary travel and exposure can pose serious health threats. Seniors must be cautious about where they go and whom they meet, as their vulnerability to diseases is significantly higher than in their younger years. Then comes the issue of physical balance and coordination. Many elderly individuals struggle with stability, making them prone to falls. Visiting different places means adjusting to unfamiliar surroundings, stairs without railings, slippery floors, uneven surfaces, or even cluttered living spaces in other people's homes. A minor misstep can lead to a severe injury, such as a hip fracture, which can drastically reduce mobility and independence. Unlike younger individuals who heal quickly, older adults face longer recovery periods, and in some cases, such injuries can lead to permanent mobility issues or even a decline in overall health. Beyond physical limitations, frequent visiting can also take an emotional toll. While social interaction is essential for mental well-being, it must be balanced with personal dignity and independence. Elderly individuals often hesitate to acknowledge when they start feeling like a burden. Even if family and friends warmly welcome them, there is always a fear of overstaying or being seen as someone who requires too much attention. In many cultures, there is a deep-seated value in self-reliance, and continuously visiting others, especially unannounced, can create a feeling of dependency that some seniors struggle to accept. Family dynamics have also changed significantly over time. In earlier generations, extended families lived together or close by, making visits natural and effortless. Today, most families operate within tight schedules, balancing careers, children, and personal responsibilities. When an elderly person visits too often, even with good intentions, they may unknowingly disrupt the flow of a household. Younger family members may feel pressured to adjust their routines, rearrange plans, or accommodate additional responsibilities, which can sometimes lead to stress rather than joy. This doesn't mean that family members do not love or respect their elders, it simply reflects the demands of modern life. The reality is that younger people, whether they admit it or not, may not always be prepared to entertain frequent visits. There are times when they are exhausted, managing financial burdens, or dealing with personal stress, and an unexpected visit may add to their load. While they may still greet their elderly guests with warmth, there may be underlying feelings of obligation rather than genuine enthusiasm. Seniors, being highly perceptive, can often sense when their presence is not entirely convenient, which can lead to feelings of sadness, rejection, or even resentment. Moreover, repeated visits without reciprocity can change the dynamics of relationships. If an elderly person is always the one making the effort to visit, they may start feeling unappreciated when those visits are not reciprocated. Questions like, "Why don't they come to see me?" or "Do they not care enough?" may start lingering in their mind. This emotional strain can sometimes be heavier than physical exhaustion. Seniors might find themselves questioning their importance in the lives of their loved ones, leading to feelings of loneliness and emotional distress. Cultural expectations also play a role. In some societies, frequent visiting is seen as a sign of care and connection, while in others, there is an unspoken understanding of boundaries. While a younger person may not hesitate to drop by a friend's house unannounced, an elderly visitor may feel the weight of propriety and etiquette, questioning whether they are truly welcome or merely being tolerated. There is always a delicate balance between maintaining social bonds and respecting personal space, and for seniors, understanding this balance is crucial. For all these reasons, many elders prefer to limit their visits and instead find other ways to stay connected, such as phone calls, video chats, or planned gatherings where everyone can be present and engaged. This ensures that social interactions remain meaningful rather than becoming a routine obligation. Recognizing one's limitations and the realities of modern life does not mean withdrawing from loved ones. It means adapting to a new phase of life in a way that brings comfort, respect, and emotional well-being. Emotional well-being in old age is often tied to the sense of belonging and connection with others. Social interactions can uplift spirits, provide comfort, and create cherished memories. However, when visiting becomes too frequent, the expected joy can sometimes turn into feelings of loneliness, disappointment, or even rejection. An elderly person may set out eagerly, hoping for engaging conversations and warm welcomes, only to find that their presence is not met with the same enthusiasm they had anticipated. This realization can be painful, as it leads to self-doubt and questions about whether they are truly valued or merely tolerated. There is an unspoken expectation that visiting should be a two-way exchange. When an elder consistently makes the effort to visit but finds that the younger generation rarely reciprocates, a silent heartache begins to grow. They may wonder why their children, grandchildren, or friends never take the time to come see them. The feeling of being the only one making an effort can lead to resentment, even if no one intends to neglect them. The contrast between their hopes and reality becomes stark, making each visit a reminder of the emotional distance rather than a fulfilling connection. In many cases, seniors struggle with unspoken emotions. They may not openly express their sadness or disappointment, choosing instead to internalize these feelings. They may convince themselves that their presence is unwanted or that they are disrupting the busy lives of their loved ones. This internal conflict can lead to a withdrawal from social interactions altogether. Rather than risk feeling like an inconvenience, they may choose solitude, even when loneliness weighs heavily on them. The modern world has changed dramatically, and with it, family structures and societal norms have evolved. In the past, multi-generational households were common, where elders naturally played a role in daily life, offering wisdom and support. Today, with nuclear families becoming the norm, the presence of an elderly relative can feel like an adjustment rather than an integral part of the household. Younger generations lead fast-paced lives, often juggling demanding careers, personal ambitions, and family responsibilities. In this environment, an unplanned visit, even from a beloved elder, can sometimes feel like an interruption rather than a pleasant occasion. Social norms have shifted to emphasize independence and personal space. Unlike in previous generations, where visits were spontaneous and welcomed, today's culture often values scheduling and preparation. A younger family member may have their day meticulously planned, and an unexpected visit may disrupt their routine. This does not mean they love their elder any less, but it highlights the reality of modern life. Seniors, on the other hand, grew up in an era where social bonds were reinforced through frequent in-person interactions, making it difficult for them to adjust to this new, structured approach to relationships. Technology has also changed how people stay connected. Video calls, text messages, and social media have replaced the need for physical presence in many cases. While younger individuals may see a virtual check-in as sufficient, older generations may still long for face-to-face conversations. This digital divide can create misunderstandings, where an elder perceives the absence of visits as neglect, while the younger generation feels they are maintaining communication in a way that fits their lifestyle. This gap in expectations can lead to frustration and sadness on both sides. Another challenge lies in the difference in interests and conversation dynamics. A younger person's daily life revolves around work, technology, and contemporary trends, while an elder's conversations may be centered around past experiences, health concerns, or reflections on life. While both perspectives are valuable, they may not always align, leading to moments of silence or disengagement. If an elder frequently visits and feels that conversations lack depth or enthusiasm, they may start questioning the purpose of these interactions. They may feel unheard, unimportant, or even invisible in the fast-moving world around them. Furthermore, the hospitality once extended without hesitation has now become a more calculated effort. In today's society, entertaining guests often requires prior arrangements, cleaning, meal planning, and adjusting schedules. When an elder visits frequently, their hosts may feel an unspoken obligation to accommodate them, even when they are physically or emotionally exhausted. This underlying pressure can lead to a strained atmosphere, where both parties feel obligated rather than genuinely joyful. An elder who senses this shift may start feeling guilty for visiting, leading to emotional turmoil. All of these factors contribute to a changing social landscape where visits are no longer as effortless as they once were. Instead of strengthening bonds, frequent visits can sometimes lead to unspoken tensions, misunderstandings, and emotional distress. Elders may begin to question their place in the lives of their loved ones, leading to feelings of isolation even in the presence of family. The balance between staying connected and maintaining emotional well-being becomes a delicate dance, requiring sensitivity, understanding, and mutual effort. Financial stability in old age is a major concern, and while visiting family and friends may seem like a simple social activity, the costs associated with it can add up quickly. Transportation expenses, whether it's fuel for a car, bus fare, or hiring a taxi, can be a burden on a fixed income. Even if the distance isn't far, frequent travel can drain limited financial resources, leaving less money for essentials such as medical care, groceries, and home maintenance. Seniors who have worked hard all their lives often prefer to manage their money wisely, ensuring they have enough to cover their needs without becoming dependent on others. Beyond transportation, there are also the hidden costs of visiting, such as bringing gifts or contributing to meals. Many elders feel a sense of duty to arrive with something in hand, whether it's a small present for grandchildren or groceries to help out a household. Over time, these small expenses accumulate, creating financial strain that may not be immediately noticeable but gradually impacts long-term stability. While generosity is a beautiful trait, it should not come at the cost of one's own financial security. Some elders may even feel pressure to match the lifestyle of their younger relatives, spending money on dining out or entertainment just to feel included, when in reality, they may prefer simpler and more budget-friendly interactions. For those who live on pensions or retirement savings, every dollar matters. Unlike younger individuals who have the opportunity to work and earn more, seniors must carefully budget their expenses to ensure their savings last. Frequent visits, especially those that involve staying over, may result in unplanned expenditures that disrupt financial planning. Seniors who overextend themselves financially for the sake of social interactions may later find themselves struggling to afford healthcare costs or home adjustments needed for aging comfortably. Managing finances wisely means understanding when to spend and when to prioritize stability over social expectations. There's also the subtle burden that visiting places on the host. While family members may warmly welcome their elders, they too may have financial concerns, and accommodating frequent visits can lead to additional costs. Preparing meals, adjusting household expenses, and sometimes even altering daily routines to entertain guests requires resources. Some families may not openly express their struggles, but the reality is that entertaining frequently can stretch a household's budget. Seniors who are perceptive may sense this unspoken burden and begin to feel guilty, leading to emotional stress that makes visiting less enjoyable over time. Aside from financial concerns, frequent visiting can also affect an elder's sense of independence. Throughout life, independence is something people take pride in, and maintaining it in old age is crucial for self-esteem and dignity. Constantly visiting others, especially without reciprocation, may create an unintended perception of dependency. Elders who once took care of everything themselves may start feeling as if they are seeking validation or companionship in a way that makes them reliant on others. While social interaction is essential, it should be balanced with the confidence that one's presence is valued rather than seen as an obligation. Maintaining a sense of self-sufficiency means creating a lifestyle that brings fulfillment without excessive dependence on external factors. Engaging in hobbies, community activities, or local social groups allows seniors to cultivate relationships in a way that doesn't rely solely on visiting family members. Finding joy in activities such as gardening, reading, or volunteering can provide purpose and daily engagement without the need for constant movement from place to place. In doing so, elders preserve their dignity and sense of control over their lives, ensuring that social interactions are enriching rather than driven by necessity. There is also the matter of maintaining personal space, both for the visitor and the host. While visiting can be a wonderful way to connect, too much of it can sometimes blur personal boundaries. Younger families, while appreciative of their elders, also need time to manage their own responsibilities and maintain their own routines. An unexpected or too frequent visit can unintentionally disrupt their rhythm, creating moments where they may feel overwhelmed but hesitant to express it. Elders, being intuitive, often pick up on these subtle shifts in energy and may start feeling like they are intruding, which can be emotionally painful. On the other hand, seniors also deserve their own space and comfort. Spending too much time in different households means constantly adapting to new environments, which may not always align with their preferences. Sleeping in unfamiliar beds, adjusting to different schedules, and adapting to various household dynamics can be tiring. The comforts of one's own home, familiar surroundings, personal routines, and a space designed for personal needs, cannot be underestimated. Home is where one feels truly at ease, and ensuring that it remains the primary place of comfort is essential for well-being. As life progresses, relationships should evolve in a way that fosters respect, understanding, and meaningful connection rather than obligation. Maintaining a healthy balance between social engagement and personal well-being ensures that every visit remains joyful rather than routine. Seniors who recognize this balance can navigate their later years with grace, dignity, and a sense of fulfillment, knowing that their interactions are cherished rather than seen as an expectation.